Operation Husky, the invasion of Sicily. A long time ago, during World War II, many countries were fighting against each other. This was a very tough and scary time. One of the biggest battles of the war was called Operation Husky. It happened on an island named Sicily, which is part of Italy. The plan: in 1943, the leaders of the Allied forces, which included countries like the United States, Great Britain, and Canada, decided they needed to capture Sicily. They thought this would help them defeat the German and Italian forces and make it easier to win the war. The leaders planned to send many soldiers, ships, and planes to Sicily. They wanted to surprise the enemy and take control of the island quickly. This big plan was called Operation Husky. The invasion begins. On the night of July 9th, 1943, the operation started. Thousands of soldiers got on big ships and sailed across the Mediterranean Sea towards Sicily. They also had airplanes flying above to protect them and to drop paratroopers, soldiers who jump out of planes with parachutes behind enemy lines. As the soldiers got closer to the island, the weather became very stormy. The strong winds and high waves made it difficult for the ships and planes to reach their destinations. But the soldiers were brave and kept going. Landing on the beaches early in the morning on July 10th, the first soldiers landed on the beaches of Sicily. They faced many challenges. The enemy soldiers were ready to fight and tried to stop them. There were also mines, explosives hidden in the ground on the beaches. But the Allied soldiers were determined. They fought hard and slowly moved inland. One of the most famous parts of the invasion was when General George S. Patton, an American leader, led his troops across the island. He moved very quickly and captured important towns and cities. The British soldiers, led by General Bernard Montgomery, also fought bravely and took control of other parts of the island. Challenges and victories. As the soldiers moved further into Sicily, they faced many challenges. The roads were narrow and winding, which made it hard to move tanks and supplies. The enemy soldiers used the mountains and hills to hide and launch surprise attacks. Despite these difficulties, the Allied forces worked together and used their skills to overcome the obstacles. They received help from the local Sicilian people, who did not want the Germans and Italians on their island. The turning point. After several weeks of fighting, the Allies finally started to gain control of Sicily. The enemy soldiers began to retreat, meaning they started to leave the island. The Allied forces captured the important city of Messina on August 17th, 1943. This was a big victory. The capture of Sicily was a turning point in the war. It showed that the Allies could defeat the Axis powers Germany, Italy, and their allies, and gave them a strong base to launch further attacks into Europe. The aftermath. Operation Husky was very important because it led to the fall of the Italian government. Soon after the invasion, Italy surrendered to the Allies. This made it much easier for the Allies to move into mainland Italy and continue their fight against the Germans. The soldiers who fought in Operation Husky were very brave, and many of them became heroes. They faced many dangers and worked together to achieve their goal. The invasion of Sicily helped to bring the world one step closer to peace. A conclusion. Operation Husky was a huge and important battle during World War II. It showed the power of teamwork and bravery. The soldiers who took part in the invasion of Sicily helped to change the course of the war and brought hope to many people around the world. Their story reminds us that even in the darkest times, courage and determination can lead to victory.